What if we held a fantasy draft, but for the animal kingdom? Well, that's kind of what we're doing today. We're scouting the mammal all-stars, putting together the ultimate dream teams of the animal world, and exploring the incredible skills that make them true champions of survival. Okay, so to get us started, I've got a question for you. What could a tiny little mouse, the kind that might scurry across your floor, possibly have in common with a giant giraffe that's busy munching on leaves from the tallest trees? I mean, they seem like they're from completely different planets, right?
Well, if you guessed they're both mammals, you absolutely nailed it. They belong to the same huge family. But today, we're going to break them down into smaller squads, almost like all-star sports teams, so we can really see the amazing adaptations that make each group a winner in its own special way.
First up, let's meet Team Rodent, the mighty Gnars. Now this team is, well, it's absolutely massive, and their superpower, their defining characteristic, is right there in the name. It's all about that gnawing. And when I say massive, I am not kidding. Just look at this number. Over half of all mammal species on the entire planet are rodents. Just think about that for a second. For every elephant, lion, or whale you can think of, there's at least one other type of rodent out there. It's just incredible. Their secret is being small, super adaptable, and having lots of babies. That is some serious world domination. So what officially makes a rodent a rodent? It's all about the teeth. They have 2 incisors on top and 2 on the bottom that literally never, ever stop growing for their entire lives. That's why they have this constant urge to gnaw on things. It's how they keep their teeth filed down and in check. And what a roster this team has. You've got your usual suspects like mice and rats, but then you have nature's engineers, the beavers, who build entire ecosystems with their dams. You have flying squirrels which, get this, don't actually fly but can glide for over 150 feet. And then you've got the prickly porcupine for defense, and the world's biggest rodent, the capybara, which is seriously about the size of a sheep. Okay, time for our first brain bite. Check this out. A red squirrel can happily snack on certain kinds of mushrooms that would be absolutely deadly to a human. Talk about a specialized diet. Now that is a cool adaptation. All right, let's hop on over to our next squad. This is a group that a lot of people get mixed up with rodents. Let's meet Team Lagomorph, the super hoppers. At first glance, they look so alike, but the real difference is in their smile. See, a rodent has 2 upper incisors, but lagomorphs, we're talking rabbits and hares here, they have a secret second pair of tiny teeth right behind the big front ones, so they actually have 4. It's a small detail, but it puts them in a whole different league. And while we're on this team, let's clear something up. Hares are not the same as rabbits. Hares are born ready for action. They've got a full coat of fur, their eyes are open, and they can hop around almost immediately. They're also loners. Rabbits, on the other hand, are born totally helpless, blind, no fur, and they live together in big groups. 2 very different strategies for survival. Okay, it's time to bring in the heavy hitters. Welcome to Team Ungulates. These are the mammals with hooves. Now this team is so big we're actually splitting it into 2 divisions. First up, the Odd Squad. Now, their official scientific name is Perissodactyls. I know it sounds super complicated, but it's really just a fancy way of saying they have an odd number of toes on each foot. That's it. It's all about the odd numbers, 1 or 3. And what a wild lineup this is. You've got the rhino, with 3 toes and that awesome horn for defense. Then you have the tapir, which is kind of a curveball. It's got 4 toes on its front feet, but only 3 on the back, plus this flexible, grippy snout it uses to grab leaves. And then the ultimate specialist, the horse, with just 1 massive toe on each foot, its hoof, which is built for one thing, pure speed. So, that was the Odd Squad, but the other division in the Ungulate League, it's way bigger, and even more successful. I mean, if you've got an odd team, you've got to have an even one, right? So get ready to meet the Even Stevens. These guys are called artiactyls, or the even-toed ungulates, and they are the real dominant force in the hoofed animal world. They have an even number of toes on each foot, and their team is way, way larger and more diverse than the Odd Squad. So what's their secret to success? Well, for a lot of them, it's this digestive superpower called chewing the cud. It's a special process that lets them get energy from really tough plants that other animals just can't digest. Okay, so here's how it works. First, they swallow a bunch of grass really quickly. Then, later, when they're somewhere safe, they bring up little balls of that plant matter, that's the cud, and they chew it all over again, properly this time.
It's like they have a built-in food processing factory in their stomachs, letting them squeeze out every last bit of nutrition.
And the all-stars on this team are just incredible. You've got cattle and antelope, you've got the graceful deer, the amazing camels known as ships of the desert, the super tall giraffes, and the surprisingly dangerous river horse, the hippopotamus.
Speaking of giraffes, just let this number sink in for a second. 5.5 meters. That's 18 feet tall. That is the tallest animal walking the face of the earth today. It's just mind-boggling.
And here's another brain bite for you. The ancient Romans had never seen anything like it, and they were so baffled by this animal that their name for it was the spotted camel. And you know, when you think about it, you can kind of see what they were getting at, can't you?
Now, whatever you do, don't ever underestimate a hippo. You might look at them and think they're clumsy, but they can run at 48 kilometers an hour. To put that in perspective, that is faster than the fastest human sprinter on the entire planet. No contest.
So I think the biggest takeaway from our little tour of the Mammal All-Stars is just how specialized everyone is. From the ever-growing teeth of a mouse to the incredible long neck of a giraffe, each one has a totally unique set of tools that makes it perfectly adapted to survive and thrive.
And that leaves us with one last, really fascinating question to chew on. If these are the incredible animals that millions of years of evolution have given us so far, what amazing new mammals might be walking the Earth millions of years from now? Just something to think about.